Hello, this is Travis Webb, and I am doing my case study for AEP 858. So we'll go ahead and get started. What we know, the school that I am the principal at is Truman. It's one of the largest elementary schools in the district. It's a K-8 school with 700 students. The school has a 15% free and reduced lunch population. 5% of the students are non-English speakers. And then I am in my second year as principal. We also know that students at Truman are struggling in reading. Reading scores are below the math scores. Parents are very concerned with the test results and the scores from the reading assessments. I asked for recommendations from the district supervisor who came in and gave those. And I also know that I need to facilitate changes in our school's reading program. Things that we need to know. We need to know whether or not the district wants to approach the grant together or as individual schools. That is going to play a big part in what we can, how much money we can have to work with making significant changes. We need to know if the superintendent is willing to sign off on our school seeking the grant or not. It has to go through the chain of command, and the superintendent's got to sign off on that. We need to know whether or not our school meets the poverty requirements for the grant. I don't know if 15% free and reduced lunch is enough. We need to figure that out. We also need to know how long it will take to implement the changes to our reading program. If it's something that we can get done in, a few months over the summer, or if it's something that's going to take a much more substantial amount of time to get that completed. Also, we need to figure out whether or not the faculty understands what the problem is and is motivated for change. That's going to be a significant part and piece to this making positive change and improving the school. We need to figure out how committed the PTO is in helping address the problem, what their commitment to changing it is, and just the overall action steps. We need to set a distinctive plan for improving the school. The problem: lower elementary students are not getting enough basic reading instruction. Parents are concerned about the education of their students, and I think that's a valid concern. The reading program needs to be reorganized and adapted for the sake of our students. They're the ones that are really that are struggling with this.
Porter, please come to the office if you want an A.
Teachers need better professional development, and the school needs money to make these changes. Sorry for the announcement. The plan. I will investigate whether or not the superintendent wants to seek the reading grant as individual schools or as a district. Again, that's going to play a big part in how we approach things. I will see if our school meets the guidelines to apply for the grant or not. I will work with all of my teachers to redesign our reading curriculum based on data and best practices, and incorporating the district reading supervisor's recommendations. We need to, if the school and district meets the criteria for the reading grant, then I'm obviously going to submit it for application. If our school doesn't meet the grant, I'm going to look elsewhere to try to find funding for some positive change. I will also meet with the parents to assure them that we know what the problem is and that we have a plan to fix it. We can't let our parents think that we don't know what's going on. We have to address that. We have to be honest about where we're at in that process and what the plan is going forward, and to seek their input in that as well. Resolving the issues for all student success. The plan works to change the reading curriculum that will affect all the students at the school, so every one of the students should be impacted by this. The plan pursues avenues for procuring financial resources to best adapt and change our reading program. So we're trying to find the best available options and resources. The plan ensures that teachers will have the professional development necessary to make changes with our reading program, and this directly affects our students. We want to make sure that our teachers are educated and trained, and so that they can be the best teachers possible for our students. The plan ensures that all stakeholders are comfortable with our plan for improvement. Again, the parents' perception and attitude can sometimes make a really big difference in whether or not kids are wanting to even come to the school. If the parents are talking bad about the school or have a negative opinion about the school, that's going to wear off on their students, and then they're not going to come prepared, and they're not going to want to come to school. And so the plan addresses all of that, and so to help keep the students motivated to do what they need to do. I was thinking that our reading program needs to be changed, even if we don't receive money from the reading grant. And so that's just an extra bonus, really, for me. It's not the end all. The money is a help, but we've got to make some changes regardless. Honestly, I was feeling rather embarrassed that my school has such a poor reading curriculum and program, and that the assessments are showing that. And so there's some pride that has been bruised for myself and what I am the leader of. And so I have a real motivation to make a change there. And then I was valuing the needs of the students to have access to the best education possible. That's really important to me. As a dad myself, it's a big deal for my kids to receive good education, and I feel that from the parents, and I understand their concerns. Some unresolved issues left on the table here, where we will find financial resources if we don't or can't get the grant money. So I'm not really sure about that yet, but that's going to be something that needs to be resolved. How long it's going to take to make the necessary changes to our reading program, I think once I meet with our teachers and get a plan in place, incorporating the data and the suggestions from the reading supervisor, I think we'll have a better idea of how long that's going to take. But we need to get that nailed down also. A big thing in my mind is, will the parents give us time to make the proper changes? That's one of the things that in meeting with them, I know that I need to make sure to help them understand that it is going to take some time, but that we are working to a solution. And so, again, the parents' perception, their opinions of the school, we need them on our side. We need to be working together as a team. And then, again, are there other resources to help us as a school make positive changes? And so, outside of just what we already know, I'm very willing and want to look at other options and other avenues, other resources to help us be the best school that we can be. So, reflecting on Standard 8, I demonstrated an understanding of the larger political, social, economic, legal, and cultural context by meeting with the superintendent, or planning to meet with the superintendent, to make sure to follow the district leading and what the district is wanting to do with this. Planning to apply for a reading grant to help our school, and in the process of developing an alternative financial plan in case there's not money through the grant. We need some other alternatives if that's not going to come through for us. I responded to the larger political, social, economic, legal, and cultural context by having the district reading supervisor come to give me feedback, meeting with teachers to determine our restructuring plan. In the process of addressing professional development for the faculty, that's something that is a very big concern of mine, is making sure that the teachers are prepared for this change. And then meeting with parents to explain the problem and what our solution is to fix it. Again, they need to be apprised. They are a huge stakeholder in our school, and we want them on board. And then able to influence the larger political, social, economic, legal, and cultural context by applying for the reading grant to help transform our school. And if our school is transformed, that's going to impact everything outside of our school. Our kids will do better. They'll be more productive in society. That's just going to make a big difference down the line. Brought in the district reading supervisor for ideas and created a culture where parents' concerns are heard and addressed. And this is another big one for me, is wanting to make sure that not only are our parents on board, but they feel that this is a school that they can trust, and that I am a principal that they can trust, because that culture is important to build on and establish going forward. So that's my case study. Thank you, and I hope everybody's having a good day.